Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Man the Maker. Welcome back to Iratus, Lord of the Dead. There we are. We are pissed. We are super pissed. And we're going to take that vengeance out upon those who once before cast us down to the depths and so foolishly forgot about us. And we are back. So what are we going to do? Well, first things first, I want to make sure I can continue upgrading our graveyard. Right? All of the buildings do different things. This one we know gives you more experience, right? This one, the obelisk, gives us more souls of the architect. This allows you to more quickly build things, but I find it not to be that useful. We actually only have 16 architect souls, so we can't even build another one yet. This one lets you start battle with more wrath, which I find very, very useful considering the build that we're going to be going for, where we're going to kind of focus on the wrath thing a little bit. Excavation is probably the next one we're going to get. Each minion exploring it finds a random part, so it just kind of helps you get more parts to make more high-level units and just more units in general. The Iratus statue gives you extra mana. The mortuary heals you up to full. Now, anybody who doesn't participate in a fight and is down here, they heal a little bit naturally. So, you know, it's not necessary to do this, but if you've got somebody very injured, you know, you might need to take them out, put them in here, and have them heal up, right? If they're working any building, they also don't heal normally. So only here and down here is where they actually heal. Now, I might actually put the mummy in here just to make sure he heals up all the way. So let's go and do that. The arena also gives experience points. This is also really, really, really useful. And this is one of the ways in which you can kind of help maintain a diverse team, right? You can stick with using the same guys, they hog all the experience. But if they're in the arena, you know, they'll level up as well. The question now, can't do anything actually here. The question is, what do we build next? We have a skeleton. Okay, this is also only things we can build right now. We can build a lich, and I do like me some liches. Can't make the Dark Knight because we're missing something. We're missing ectoplasm. We do have the skeleton. We could potentially drop the skeleton in here and give him a try. And maybe we mix it with, we combo it with the lich over here. All right, we can take a look at their abilities real quick. He just does magic damage to a random enemy. Pretty solid magic damage as well. You can see their stats. High magic, high dread. He's got 1 ward, so he can kind of deflect magic damage. No armor. Not the greatest health. Pretty high crit chance. And he's slow. So not super tanky from the get-go. They can command undead, just giving a huge bonus for attack and dread. So it's moving people around a little bit. Sacrifice, you can just straight up kill an ally. All allies gain 40 vigor. It seems kind of crazy to me. I don't know when you'd really use this, except for one particular situation, which we'll get to. Toxic Cloud is pretty much the reason why I like the Lich. Makes them very, very, very strong. Puts a cloud in position for 2 rounds, dealing 100% stress damage to the enemy that is there when you place it. But also, if you move them around, they will go through the cloud and take damage, making it quite powerful. Rain of Fire just deals damage to everything, which I've never really used, including yourself, allies and enemies. I don't know. Doesn't seem that great to me, honestly. Could do with the vampire. These guys deal tons and tons and tons of damage. I really, really, really quite like them. And I think we'll save the abilities. I know I went over the Lich. Nah, let's talk about it. So they just deal physical damage. Blah. They do physical damage while moving, a little bit less, and they move, but can also attack the back rows. Bloody Offering, we gain 40 wrath, they lose 20 vigor. So he trades his own health, which I don't have a ton of, his own health for wrath. Pretty powerful to use. I've definitely made some good use of this in the past. Hysteria, the target loses a percentage of their life. It's pretty awesome as well. Can definitely be very, very powerful at times. Auspex is pretty crazy too. Some targets put up a lot of blocking and a lot of warding. This allows them to just say it doesn't matter if they have block and they have ward. Anybody can hit through it. And lastly, you notice they spend a lot of their vigor for their abilities. Well, their ultimate turns them into, I don't know, even more of a vampire. They kind of go berserk there. They go super vampire status, and they recover 50% of the damage they inflict. And doesn't cause a turn. Does cost 40 wrath though. So again, we have to be careful about using our wrath. It's interesting because you can just first turn pop this, second turn bloodthirst, and then just go crazy and start murdering people. Now I could consider doing a physical damage team here. The skeleton does pretty good damage. Let's make ourselves a vampire.
Welcome to my breathless ranks.
We can still make other things. I would like to make a shade. I know the headhunters also deal a lot of damage. I've yet to really use them though, and I think they do everything kind of from the front. That's not entirely true. So they deal a bunch of damage to random enemies. They do a lot of random damage because they have no head. Catchem deals a bunch of damage to a random enemy and moves to the first position. So this is a bit of movement, which we do like. A fair amount of stress damage, actually. Wow. Seething Wrath. You can mark somebody and they deal a lot of damage to the enemy at the marked position, as well as moving back one. And he deals 40% damage to all enemies. And his ultimate is a bounty, massive damage, and moves forward. I'm curious. Why don't we just try and go for like this physical damage build? We'll put you there. I mean, we might. I'm going against my my instinct here. I almost always go for like a lot of stress damage. And we keep the Wraith. The Wraith has this evasion ability, which I do really, really like. Right, this doesn't have a lot of support, which is the problem with it. I do like having kind of support abilities. And the skeleton doesn't really have any. He just deals a bunch of damage, ignoring armor. Deals more damage twice. Interrupts stances is also pretty good. Rushes forward. Knocks them back quite a bit. Gains armor, a lot of armor and resistance until the next action. And it's kind of a taunt. And also he loses 30% of his health. And they lose 30% of their sanity. And smite, we deal a bunch of damage twice. And then shield banger is a bunch of stress damage. I'm not sure. I think... No, we don't want artifacts. Alright, I'm down to deviate. Let's try the headhunter here.
One could call this one the strong
Dare we go for this? It's a lot of physical damage. She can move people, which is important. And so can he. Okay, let's try it. Without further ado, let's go into the next... okay, well, it's not a fight. Now we have to kind of pick our path. And it's really... It can be difficult, especially on camera, to not take too long. When I was doing this off camera, I would spend a very long time choosing the proper path that I want to go. There's an elite there. Experience in all directions. More experience this way. I think we're going to go we're going to go this way. Double elites can fight two elites. Elites are freaking hard and scary, but they do give better rewards. We don't need the healing, so I think we will go this way. Battle squad, let's go. We can choose a minion to raise. We can get another vampire or another mummy. Ha. It's too bad we just got a vampire. Always do these things before you create people is the lesson that I should have given myself. We'll take a mummy. I do quite like them. And now we will just continue onward and get into a fight. Now again, we are not going the stress route this time. We're going to give it a shot and see how we do in a much more physical damage situation. Now, go with damage with you. I think we're just going to go for the fortitude and try and encourage them to attack you. You're up. We can do catch him. Moves him back and ignores block. Dual slash deals decent random damage. Move yourself back or send some. No. Let's just do dealing 60% damage to a bunch of people. Sure. He had block, but we took it off, which is fine by me. You are going to have to use your chest piercer, or I think we're going to go with the buff for you. Let's get you up there. And the vampire, I feel like I want to open up with the bloody offering here. Alright, boom. All of a sudden we've got Wrath. Right. He did get attacked. A lot less damage than anybody else would have taken. Ow. That's a lot of damage. Even still, they're all going to attack you. Even you. Oof. So, our skeleton took a lot of damage. We're probably not going to use that ability there again. We can do a bounty here. Or we can do a Seething Wrath. It's 100%. It's a random enemy. This again splits it up. I think we're okay with you being where you are. I think I would like to get the skeleton to kind of run at this point. We can do stress damage. I think we're gonna go. I want you to be able to heal, so we're gonna save. Oh, actually, we can probably use both of these. Okay. Do a bunch of damage to him, please. Thank you. And you a critic? No, we just want you to try and kill this guy. You will do 22 to 26, and he's got no armor. As long as you hit, he should die. Thank you very much. I think we're gonna probably... You don't have any way to retreat. This ignores armor. I think we're just gonna go for the attacks on you. 1, 2. Now you do more... Okay, actually, that's not entirely true. We're gonna use the Bloodthirst. And then we're actually going to make you charge forward using Auspex. And we're going to basically nullify his armor there. Please, debuff, get yourself forward. You can take the hits. That's fine. Gain a little bit of sanity back from that. Right, the miss, thank you. You're going to do something nasty. Debuff. You got hiccups. Minus 30 accuracy is a lot. Why don't you just attack everybody? I'm okay with that. You're probably going to miss, or you're also going to crit. Alright, we take that. You now can probably just start dealing damage. I want you to kill this guy. There's that sweet healing, right? Ah, and the crit is so beautiful. Now you can show them their place. You can also smite. I think we're just going to have you do from back here. It's likely she can kill you. I'm going to have him wait, and I'm going to have her do Rose for a Lady. So, costing 50 of a Wrath, it attacks everyone, deals 50% damage, but scores a critical hit. Which should kill him, and it does. Nice. Now, because we waited with him, it's going to wait until the end of the round, and then he's going to get to go. Ow. God, these guys are dangerous. Nice with the miss. See, this is one thing, right? We kind of lack the utility that I have in a lot of my teams, which I don't like. We're just going to go and probably... I really actually want to kill you, because you deal the most damage by far. Maybe we get a crit? Ooh, almost. Actually... And you're going to be able to finish both of them off? Close enough. I mean, the headsmen kind of just come in. And you can just... No, you don't have... You can't actually attack anyone from there. I guess you can just do this. Still kill him probably. Alright, so there, we did it without stress. Now, there's, as I said, there's a hybrid in between this, right? You don't have to go, as we did in this situation, kind of all physical, and you don't have to go kind of as we did in the first fight, all stress. There is a middle ground to do that, right? And I think kind of the best place does exist somewhere in between that, but honestly, I find the stress to just be a bit better. So we gained a bunch of stuff, new parts, some leveled up. Our mummy is healed. That's great. We're going to take him out and probably put our headhunter in there. You're also going to come out of the fight. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our initial team here. Which one has experience? You do. Going to go back to our initial team. And we have a level up with the Bride of Iratus here. Fantastic. So, as I said, when you level up, you don't unlock new abilities, but you get to choose a way to modify each one of the abilities that we already have. As well as the choice that you make comes with stat bonuses. So, for example, Chest Piercer does 80% damage and a critical hit deals 200%. If we go this way, critical hit will stun the target for 1 action. Also, it gives us 2% more crit chance. If we go this way, critical hits deal an extra 50% damage and gives us bonus to accuracy. I almost always tend to go this way. I mean, it's just synergistic, right? And stuns are fantastic. But I think probably the first one we're going to go with, Warning Shot. As much as I want, as much as I love the crit chance here, interrupt stances, and they're unable to move during the next turn is really, really quite good. This one does move people and increases target's chance to escape by 25%. I don't know why I would really want to do that. I do want the crit chance, but interrupting the stance is quite good. I think we're going to go for You Won't Get Him. I mean, it gives evasion, which is okay. And this is primarily what we use her for, right, with the Warning Shot here. But I do really want the crit. It does still move them, but if they're in the back row, it won't interrupt their stance. Yeah, we're going for that. We're definitely going for that. Right. Interrupting stances is stupendously good. We can, of course, also now build another building. And I think what we're going to go for either Excavation, which requires a skeleton, or the Arena, which also requires a skeleton. So let's go ahead, let's throw together a new skeleton if we can. We can, thankfully. It's going to try and use my more leveled up weapons, but I'm just going to make a normal skeleton. And now the question is, do we want more parts? We are pretty part limited right now, so I think we're going to build this. We can pop anyone in there, sure. Go ahead, extra zombie.
Regardless, these remains will be used as fuel for my growing army.
Yeah, so our growing army. Now, I do still kind of want the Lich. What I really want is the Shade. What are we missing for the Shade? We're missing more dust. I like Shades quite a bit. For boss fights in particular, they have an ability that is ridiculously strong, because in a boss fight it tends to be the boss is very powerful, and then they have like supporters with them. And if you can nullify the boss, which he does with this, minus 20 accuracy or minus 30 accuracy is kind of ridiculous. You can also make it so it's less accuracy and more luck. More chances for crits are pretty good. But I really, really like that. The rest of his abilities are okay. They're okay. But I'm not even going to get into it until we can actually build him. I do really want the Blood Phantasm. We're quite a ways away from unlocking it. Getting towards the Bone Golem. But I think we're gonna take this initial team that we had and we're just going to go. Not here. I don't have any more artifacts, do we? No. And we're going to go into the dungeon and have ourselves a fight. Did we level up? We did. But we need 2 points to get this one. Right? Because it's the next tier. So if a turn, our minion gains 6 dread for 1 turn if Iratus has at least 50 wrath. We love this. We love this. We do like the wrath. I mean, obviously, we want to try and collect as much wrath as possible and use it. But having that bonus, like, if we don't need to use it at that moment, 6 dread is substantial. So we're going to save our point for that. And go to the dungeon. Actually, we're going to be able to get to use it right now. Because what this does lets you choose Iratus experience or minion experience. Both of them are pretty damn good. I almost always go for the Iratus experience. And we are going to put a point into Frenzied Howling, start of a turn of minion gains, +6 Dread for 1 turn. Now we can start going up this way, because I really, really, really want Relentless Evil. That being said, Amateur Surgeon increases the chance of receiving parts at the end of battle by 10%. 10% is not a whole lot, and it does give you more as you level this up. Right? I don't know. This is one that we also really, really quite like. It synergizes with our other abilities, our other going down ire, increase the amount of wrath that Iratus gains in battle by 50%. But I think we're gonna stay focused. Chosen minion loses luck and gains attack and dread. But we'll take it. Over here, all enemies and minions and enemies gain 10 luck till end of battle. I almost never use this. I don't know. I really am terrified of getting critted by our opponents, so I really just don't ever do it. And what do you know? There is the timer, right in time for us to cut an episode before the next battle. Things are going pretty well for us. You could see, I mean, the second fight we had, I think the team was just generally stronger. Pretty high damage, but lacking the utility that I so do love. Not that I mean, how much utility would I have actually used if I was the other team? Not sure. The Banshee, for instance, Banshee's probably a good inclusion in any team, just because she just makes everybody weaker. Just -4 attack, it's pretty great. But we did struggle a bit more. So the game is also going to get harder, right? These are the first 2 fights. The game is definitely going to ramp up in difficulty as we progress. So I hope you guys stick around for that. Until then, my name is Man the Maker. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day.